What's up, everyone? Rocket Randall here, and I'm very excited today to tell you that our new Glen model rocket kit is now available for sale. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it, but if you're ready to buy one, head on over to maxqrockets.com, pick one up, and then come back here and find out more about it. So it's a 1/144 scale of the real rocket, which is really enormous. This is a really nice size just for launching in some local parks or with your Rocketry club. You don't need high power, mid power certification. Just a really nice entry level rocket. Looks absolutely gorgeous, very similar to the real one. It weighs in about 5 ounces and it launches on a very easy to find D12 3 engine. I'm going to show you how to put that in a minute. So just kind of really nice. Comes with a 20-inch parachute from Max Q Rockets as well. That's enough to slow it down enough that it shouldn't break on impact. So let's kind of go over some of the kit. The engine is not included with the kit. You're going to have to pick that up yourself. So the new Glen consists of 2 stages. They call them the Glen Stage 1 and Glen Stage 2. Glen Stage 1 is the bottom section that you can see right here. It consists of the aft section, which we have right here, the engine cap, which goes on the back to screw things together, the LOX and methane sections, which are the 2 right here, and then the fore section right here. So if you're thinking of like a rocket flying through space like this, you have the fore and the aft, just like on a ship. The fore is the front, the aft is the back as it's flying through space. Additionally on this one, New Glen is the first rocket I've ever seen that has these what are called strakes on the side. Jeff Bezos did say that it does provide some aerodynamic lift, which is pretty cool. That means when it's going up, it's providing lift just like airplane wings. And I think probably when it's coming down, it's used for the same thing. It also has these fins on the top. And on the Falcon 9, it has grid fins on the side, as well as on Starship, it has those fins. And presumably, these are different. Those ones have like grids and they're flat. And then as they turn, they provide different aerodynamic surfaces. The new Glen has these basically surfaces like this that turn as it moves, and presumably that provides the attitude and control on all of that. So that's the Glen Stage 1 and the parts for it. So we've got these laid out right here to make up Glen Stage 1. And then Glen Stage 2 in this kit is very simple. There's some gluing on Glen Stage 1. Glen Stage 2 you can put together all entirely by screwing. So you have the upper stage. They've got a Project Jarvis, I believe, which is going to make the second stage reusable. And then this is the payload fairing, which is on the actual rocket is absolutely enormous. So the entire second stage can screw together, so you don't even have to glue it, which is pretty cool. You have the ground stage 1, which is made up of these parts, including these ones. The ground stage 2, which is these 3 simple parts. You've got the parachute, and the shock cords, which tie it together. So there's a spot right here to tie the bottom of the shock cord. Typically, I use the Kevlar for that because there's going to be the ejection charge in here, which is a big ball of burning black powder. And if you do the elastic part in there, it can burn and break, and you don't want that to happen when it's flying. And then on the top, the shock cord goes through this little slot and ties onto this bar right here. So that's how you do it together. So then you tie the 2 parts together and you get a full shock cord coming out of it. These fins are designed to do 2 things. Number 1 is to give it the stability in flight. So when you attach this to the rocket, that provides some fins on the bottom. The real rocket is thrust vector controlled, which allows it to be controlled as it goes through the air. It vectors the thrust of the rockets. Obviously, with a model rocket, we don't have thruster vector control on one this small. So this provides the stability we need. But I also like to use them. As you can see, most of them back here have fins on them because it provides a really nice display stand as well. So I use it for that as well. So let me kind of show you what it takes to get it ready for flight. So if you screw this back section off, I have right here a D12 3 motor. This is what I recommend to fly with. If you want to fly with something else that's a similar shape or modify it to fit, that's totally fine too. But this is the one that I recommend. I've flown several flights on this, and it's flown really, really well. It goes up, the parachute comes out right at about the right time, and you get some nice height out of it too. So you slot it right in, right into the bottom, and it pops right in there. Oh, actually, this is upside down. Sorry about that. So you slot it in right there, and that's pretty much it for getting it in place. It fits into those fins really nice. And then to prepare this part, we attach these together by sliding this in and it fits really nicely. And then this will hold the engine in place as well as provide a spot for the flight fins. So then you just screw the rocket on like this. And if you're going to fly it, it's now ready to fly, assuming you've got your parachute figured out. But otherwise, it also makes a really nice display stand as well. So there you go. That's all for that. These decals came out really nice on this rocket. I really love it. So there's this blue band, and this blue band will wrap. It's very important. Don't put the strakes on until you put your decals on. That's what the instructions say. Some people, Kevin, like to skip that step, but that's okay. So the blue band starts at the raceway right here and will wrap all the way around, making sure that this is perfectly centered, the feather and the little bump in the front, and then go all the way back, or around back to the launch lug. So that goes like that. You got the nice blue origin, the flag, the new Glen, and then up on the top, the only thing on the other rocket is the feather up here, and it just comes out looking absolutely gorgeous. I really like this gold color in the printing. I was really happy when I found that, and I think you guys are going to be happy with it too. So that's all the parts to this rocket kit. Like I said, it's available now on the MaxQ Rocket store. If you haven't already, I highly encourage you, go run over there right now, pick it up. Pick one up for yourself, pick one up for a friend, maybe pick one up for display and one for launching. I wanted to keep these affordable, so hopefully you guys like the price. It's just a really great rocket. Yeah, so if you have any thoughts on this, anything you'd like to see me to demonstrate or whatnot, I'm going to be creating some build videos as well as a behind the scenes on how I designed this. There's a lot of thought that went into this to making sure it works just right. If you want to see that, make sure that you're subscribed, and I'll be making those videos here shortly. So yeah, that's all I have today. Keep your eyes in the sky with MaxQ Rockets.